All right, I'm going to try a little fishing here at a pond that it's a local pond. As a boy, I used to stock it with fish, me and my buddy, and I've been putting fish in these ponds around here for decades. Let's see what happens. Yeah, we used to catch bass and sunnies and catfish and put them on our bikes and ride down put them in coolers and ride our bikes down here and let them go. And for a while, people didn't really come down here that much, and you could catch a good-sized bass down here. But that changed over the years, and then there was fish kills and chemical spills, and all you had left was carp and catfish. And I continued to stock it though, just for fun. Now let's see what happens. Okay, over the years, I put in bass, bluegills, sunnies, chain pickerel, bullheads, channel cats, and this pond empties into the Woodbridge River. So at high tides or a flood tide, you never know what can end up in here. You'd be super surprised to find out what ended up in this pond, because the Woodbridge River is tidal. So you can imagine the amount of species that you can get up in here. People would be shocked. Okay, decent little bass. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I got him right out there. It is probably one of the offspring from bass I stocked, geez, maybe 20 years ago. That's really cool. All right, let me let this guy go. Okay, another nice little bass out of here. Good to see there's still some bass in there. All right, let me let this guy go. For a long time, this place was a hidden gem. But then they made a park out of it, and it gets hit pretty good. But as you can see, there's not a lot of access, so a lot of fish do still survive. Now the bass do real well in here, and so do the catfish and the gigantic carp. I've put pickerel in here, but for some reason the pickerel never. I haven't seen much results from the pickerel. But in this place, you never know what you're going to catch. Over the years, there's been a few fish kills because of low water levels or low oxygen content. But the main one was a chemical spill. If you look, I don't know if you can pick it up, but if you look, you can see the discoloration between those rocks and the other. That's probably from about 20 years ago. And when they had that chemical spill, they said it was an accident, but it just kind of accident dumped right into there. But anyway, they say it was an accident. It was a chemical spill, and it killed just about everything except for carp and a few catfish. But we restocked it over the years, just having fun. And it's got a good fish population in it now. Yeah, it's a little guy. This little guy actually hit it pretty hard. All right, let him get back in the water. Yeah, another little tiny bass. Maybe he's an inch bigger than the last one. Well, that was fun. Me and my buddies, we used to call this Duck Pond, but Ernie Oros and the Woodbridge River Watch, they changed the name to it. A lot more people get down here now, so still a lot of wildlife and stuff in it though. Okay, didn't fish that long, caught a few bass, nothing big. But it was good to see that there's still fish in here, so that's always pretty cool. It's got a lot of memories from a boy growing up, driving his bike down here with his buddy and putting fish in it. That's cool. All right, everybody, thanks for watching.